What's up, value seekers? Dave here, and today we're tackling a company that's been making some serious waves in the tech world, Poet Technologies. The stock's seen some interesting moves lately, but should we buy this optical interposer innovator now? We're diving deep to find out, so stick around. All right, let's kick things off with the buzz around Poet. The big news making the rounds, and what everyone's talking about, is this massive $75 million investment Poet just secured. And get this, it's specifically earmarked for boosting their AI connectivity solutions. This isn't just pocket change, it's a huge vote of confidence, signaling that the market sees Poet's optical interposer technology as a serious player in the exploding AI data center market. The narrative is overwhelmingly positive, anticipating significant revenue growth, especially as their solutions are crucial for the high-speed data demands of AI. It's all about getting more data faster, more efficiently, and Poet is aiming to be at the heart of that. So, who exactly is Poet Technologies, Inc.? Well, they're a Canadian-headquartered company that designs, develops, manufactures, and sells discrete and integrated optoelectronic solutions. Think of it this way. They're building the infrastructure that allows electronic and photonic, that's light-based, devices to work together seamlessly in a single chip. Their flagship product is the Poet Optical Interposer, a platform that uses advanced wafer-level manufacturing. They're targeting massive markets like data centers, telecom, IoT, autonomous vehicles, and even medical devices. Now, when it comes to formal forward guidance from the company itself, it's pretty nascent. This means we're largely relying on the market narrative and our own robust scenario analysis to gauge their potential, which makes our deep dive even more crucial. Now for the meat and potatoes, our scenario analysis. Since Poet doesn't have explicit forward guidance, we've had to reconcile the strong market narrative, particularly around that $75 million AI investment, with what we know about early-stage, high-growth tech companies. That investment is our anchor, suggesting a clear path to commercialization and scaling. Let's start with our base case, which we're giving a 50% probability. This is our most likely scenario. We're assuming that $75 million investment for AI connectivity acts as a strong catalyst, allowing Poet to really accelerate their commercialization efforts and ramp up production for the AI sector. We anticipate successful product development and a moderate level of market penetration for their optical solutions. For our valuation, we looked at their current implied market cap of around $714.88 million, giving us roughly 93.2 million shares outstanding. We then projected annual revenue of about $25 million in the next 2 to 3 years, driven by that AI investment, and applied a forward price-to-sales multiple of 50x, reflecting their high growth potential and pre-profitability stage. That brings our projected market cap to $1.25 billion, giving us a base case fair value of $13.41 per share. We're giving this a 50% probability because the technical charts show the stock is in a solid uptrend, with critical support holding at $7.67, which reinforces a positive, steady growth trajectory. Next up, our bull case, which we're assigning a 35% probability. This is where things get really exciting. Here, we're envisioning Poet landing major design wins with some of the biggest players in AI infrastructure, leveraging that $75 million investment to rapidly expand capacity and really accelerate market adoption. Their optical interposer technology becomes a true game changer, leading to a much faster and larger revenue ramp-up than expected. In this scenario, we project annual revenue soaring to $75 million in the next 2 to 3 years and apply a higher price-to-sales multiple of 60x, reflecting strong market leadership and rapid growth. This gives us a projected market cap of $4.5 billion and a bull case fair value of $48.28 per share. We're giving this a strong 35% probability because while it's more aggressive, the current technical uptrend shows upside resistance at $9.41. If Poet drops some exceptionally positive news, it could easily blast past that, validating this accelerated growth path. Finally, we have our bear case, which we've assigned a 15% probability. Now, even with all this excitement, commercializing advanced optical technologies isn't without its risks. We could see technical challenges, slower than expected design wins, or intense competition in the AI connectivity space. Perhaps that $75 million investment isn't quite enough for full-scale market domination, or adoption rates are just slower. In this scenario, we project a more modest annual revenue of $10 million in the next 2 to 3 years, with a price-to-sales multiple of 30x, reflecting slower growth and higher risk. This would bring our projected market cap down to $300 million, resulting in a bear case fair value of $3.22 per share. We're giving this the lowest probability, 15%, because right now the stock is in an uptrend and that critical technical support at $7.67 is holding strong. If that support were to break, it would be a major red flag and signal a loss of investor confidence, increasing the likelihood of this bear scenario. But for now, it's the least likely outcome. All right, let's pull up the chart. Here's what I'm seeing based on our technical analysis. POET's chart is clearly in an uptrend right now. If that crucial support level at $7.67 continues to hold, we're looking at an upside resistance target of $9.41. That's a key level to watch for. However, and this is important, if that support at $7.67 does break, then the next significant support levels we'd be looking at are $6.45 and then further down at $5.94. So $7.67 is the line in the sand for short-term sentiment. So, after all that analysis, the burning question, is it a buy for POET Technologies? Based on our weighted average fair value, which heavily favors our base and bull cases, and considering the strong technical uptrend with critical support holding, my verdict is a resounding yes, provided they continue to execute on their commercialization strategy and that $7.67 support level holds. The $75 million investment is a game changer, solidifying the market's belief in their AI connectivity solutions. While risks always exist, the current trajectory and valuation suggests significant upside potential from here. Considering our analysis, especially those scenario fair values, I'd be looking at potential entry or accumulation around current levels, particularly if the $7.67 support continues to prove strong. With our base case fair value at $13.41 and the bull case soaring to $48.28, buying closer to the current price offers compelling upside. Of course, any retests of that $7.67 level, and definitely the next supports at $6.45 and $5.94 if things turn south, would represent deeper value opportunities, but my primary focus is on the upside potential from here. All right, bottom seekers, that's our deep dive into POET Technologies. If you found this analysis helpful, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more market insights, and let me know in the comments below, are you bullish or bearish on POET? What do you think about that $75 million investment? Your thoughts are always appreciated. Before you make any moves, remember this, I am not a financial advisor. This video and all its content are for informational and entertainment purposes only. Investing in stocks involves significant risk, and you could lose money. Always do your own thorough research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. This is Dave, signing off. See you next time.